So without further ado, we're going to start things out with Pinstagram. So these guys are from Pinstagram. They've been doing a little bit of real-time sort of battle testing on the servers, so it's good.
Hi everyone, my name is Pongpaet. This is my co-founder, Brandon Leonardo. Together we founded Tapisto, which is a mobile website company. We make mobile websites for small businesses. And one Friday afternoon about a month ago, we were talking about, so a little bit about Brandon's background. He's he was the first engineer at AngelList, and he's also the director of technology at Startup Bus, which is basically a hackathon that runs from all these US cities to South by Southwest.
All right, we're good. Hey everyone, I'm Brandon. Oh, is that all right? Cool. This is Pongpaet, as he said. He's an amazing designer. You're about to witness his work. And not only is he an amazing web designer, but he also designed the dashboard for the Model S Tesla. In addition to that, if you've ever seen or played Mortal Kombat within the last 10 years, you've seen him because he's Raiden. Literally, he actually does the motion capture for Raiden. So, anyways, let's start.
Sure. About a month ago, on a Friday afternoon, we were talking about VC pitches, and we thought, what is the ultimate VC pitch? And of course, it would be a Pinterest for Instagram, because Instagram just sold for $1 billion, Pinterest valued at $1.5 billion. Surely the sum of the parts would be at least, what, that much?
So that was Friday morning. Fast forward to Saturday about noon, I'm waking up, and I get a phone call from Peck, and he's like, "You're never gonna believe what I built." It's like, "What'd you build?" It's all Pinstagram. It's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "No, seriously, go check it out. It's in the Dropbox." So I open up the file, and by this time, it's like noon. He's already got the design done, the HTML, CSS, the JavaScript. The popular feed was already working, so we just went into hackathon mode. Once we saw it just clicked, we spent the next 30 hours building this, and we launched it.
Yeah, and then within the next following 2 weeks, we were featured on Wired Magazine, Forbes, Mashable, pretty much a lot of the international tech blogs. We have international users from everywhere. We have Swedes, Norwegians, Thais, Indonesians, Brazilians. Everybody's using it.
So one of the interesting things about photos, and I think that this is part of Instagram's success, is that, that cliche, it's like a photo's worth 1,000 words. But it's also worth 1,000 words in whatever language you speak. It's kind of universally understandable. So it's really interesting that, the US is a giant chunk of our traffic, but it's also worldwide, all over the place. So we're about to show you exactly what Pinstagram is.
All right. So it's pretty simple. You just log in with your Instagram account, single sign-on. And you get to see your feed. So this is your Instagram feed.
So one of the interesting things is it's like your Pinterest for Instagram, your viewer for Instagram on the web, but it's actually a real need. Instagram hasn't done anything on the web, and I don't think they're going to because they're mobile first, but you can browse a lot of the photos here. You can see several of them at the same time. You can like and comment, and on the Instagram app you can't actually zoom in on photos, but here you can get a bigger view of them. You can also pin your photos directly to Pinterest. So one of the big things that's kind of harder to do after the fact on Instagram is to share your photos out. So if you want to put them on Pinterest, or if you want to put them on Facebook or Twitter, we allow you to do that really easily with one click. And I think it's a new tab, yeah, because it's full screen.
And you can see pretty much anything you're used to on Instagram, you have access to that. So the popular feed, your photos feed, even the stuff you've liked. But one of the cool things we have that even Instagram doesn't have is the photos nearby. So what's really cool here is it's showing you a set of photos geotagged close to here. And you can see that somebody's posted here.
Thank you, whoever did that.
And the other thing we've introduced is the ability to easily search. So search is a feature that's like buried 3 clicks deep into Instagram. but for us, we put it right at the forefront. So if you like, for example, like me, Thailand, you can quickly view photos. And just a little bit about the future. What's next for Instagram? As soon as we launched it, we had in mind that this would be an awesome iPad app, and we've since brought on a new team member who has been hard at work on the Instagram iPad app, and you will get to see what no one's seen before, the Instagram iPad app. It's actually already been submitted to the App Store, waiting approval. And what's cool about this is it supports all the gestures and swipes. So everything, it's 100% native, not just a web control that's wrapped in a web UI control. So it's 100% native. It supports all the gestures, and it's coming soon.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
All right, and so open up to questions.
No?
Any questions?
No one knows what it
How do you make money?
How do you monetize?
Instagram API?
Yeah, so we use the Instagram API. The question was, you use the Instagram API.
How about the Pinterest? Do they provide any? Are you integrated with them in any way?
Pinterest actually doesn't have an API, so what we've done is semi-reverse engineered the pin marklet or pin booklet, whatever it is, and just trigger that automatically. But there's no API.
So the other question was, how do you monetize?
Magic.
Magic. Pretty much like any B2C website, right?
Do you think there's going to be any legal issues with the names and UI?
Are there any legal issues with the name or UI? So the UI is not original, so Pinterest didn't invent the UI either. They used an existing UI. As far as the name,
As far as the name, there will only be it'll be a good problem because it means we've gotten really big. And also, the founder of Instagram has tweeted other things with names similar to this, and they haven't seemed to have gone after anyone. So I don't know if there's any problems, but we haven't anticipated any so far.
How many users have you got so far?
how many users do we have so far? We have a good number of users. That's all we can say, and we're growing pretty fast.
How long did it take you to build?
How long did it take us to build? So it technically took us less than a weekend, less than 24 hours. I worked on it Friday evening, Saturday morning, and then I handed it off. I showed it to Brandon, I handed it off, and I actually didn't even work on it Sunday. So that was, at that point, it was all Brandon.
How many Instagram users? A couple.
So how many Instagram users in the room? Maybe less than 10, it looks like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, one more.
One more?
What's your vision?
The question was, what's our vision? What do we want to be when we grow up? So right now it seems like this is definitely a neat feature for Instagram to have. If you look at kind of what, there are several ways we could go, right? I mean, if you look at this is a very visual medium. We could think of this as a way to browse any visual data that is interesting to consumers. That's one way we could go.
There's a lot of different things it could be when we grow up. I think what we're focusing on is taking things more public and expanding out. Like, we might expand out past Instagram eventually, but for now, the reason that people like it is because they love Instagram, and we don't want to mess with that right now.
How are those users logging into the service? I mean, are you using all from the Facebook or something?
How are our users going in? So Instagram has an authentication system, so people are logging in with their Instagram account.
And in terms of refers, people finding us, besides search, Facebook is the biggest refer. Which means that people really like sharing their photos, because that's how they find out about us.
So yeah, so people can Facebook share their content, their Pinstagram content. They can tweet it out. They can pin it. So, and all of this leads back to Pinstagram.
Cool. Thanks, guys.